Hey everybody, my name's Anthony Reese, and this is my Anthropology 242 Section 1 Introduction. Alright, so a little about me. I'm a former basketball player for the University of Alaska. I graduated, or used up all of my basketball eligibility this past year, and now I'm just finishing up my double Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and Biology with a minor in Business. I'm from a large family. I enjoy traveling as I work for Delta Airlines right now, but I'm also in the process of being hired on by a police department. I've applied to the Alaska State Troopers as well as the Louisville, Kentucky Metro Police Department, the Washington State Patrol, and the Renton Police Department, also located in Washington. I'm taking this class online versus an in-class version is because I moved back to Washington, so currently I'm located in Seattle, so a little bit of ways from Fairbanks. Some websites that I feel that would represent me personally would be Netflix. Netflix is always a good time. Especially keeps me off the slopes. I'm not a very good skier, as you can see in the photo. But also ESPN.com and YouTube. But if there was a book to describe me, it'd be a traveler's guide, because I love traveling. My cousin and I, he played hockey on UAF's team, made the drive up from Washington to Fairbanks 2 summers ago, and we stopped in the village of Teslin, and that's the other photo seen there. So good times, lots of nature, lots of wildlife, pretty cool stuff. I love traveling. It's definitely one of the biggest perks of working for an airlines is being able to fly within the U.S. for free, and also being able to travel internationally for very cheap, only about $50 to Spain. The most expensive place in the world for me to fly right now would be London, and that'd be $120. So it's definitely nice, and you definitely get to experience some other cultures that way. So onto the article. What role, if any, should anthropology play in native cultures of Alaska? Well, I think anthropology should play a huge role in the native cultures of Alaska. I mean, by them letting in anthropologists and letting them study their culture, then if something was to happen to that group of people, and a younger generation came up and people were wondering where they came from, people would actually know. They could be given an idea of what their ancestors were like, how they lived, the rituals that they completed, and so on and so forth. I'm not a big supporter of anthropologists digging up remains and whatnot of village grave sites, because I can view that as disrespectful. I mean, I wouldn't want anyone to dig up any of my ancestors, but definitely you can come to agreements. I mean, just like it said in the article, anthropologists are being recruited and used for land claims litigations. So if the native cultures are using anthropologists for this, then I believe that the Native Americans should give the anthropologists some insight on their cultures and whatnot, so that they can get a better feel for it. Come up with some negotiations. So, all in all, I think that anthropology should play a huge role in the native cultures, because it lets you just continue to learn. I mean, not only for the natives to continue to know in the future about their past, but also the outside world to know about what's going on in those communities and in those villages. I mean, I was blessed enough to go up to the village of Barrow with my basketball team, and we went to the museum while we were there, and the things that they do is just amazing. I never imagined whale hunting or the processes of whale hunting, going out onto the ice and sleeping on the ice, but having someone have to stay awake because the ice could break and you could float away. Like, that's just insane to me, and something that I could never fathom doing. Seeing a washed up walrus on shore while we were there, and then seeing some natives and then some white people from the wildlife fight over it. I mean, it just, the ivory from the tusks, people want it so badly. It's pretty crazy. I mean, seeing a walrus's head chopped off right in front of you is something that you don't really see every day, at least when you're in Fairbanks or when you're from the Seattle area like myself. But definitely an experience, just going to the museums, talking to the people there, seeing what their culture is like, having dinner with some people there after our basketball game, just some pretty amazing stuff. And I mean, if you don't have the chance to get up to those villages, how else would you figure out about their culture? You need anthropology. You need those people to go up and explore and document and write things. And so all in all, I think that anthropology should play a giant role in the native cultures of Alaska. Thank you for listening.